really quick. You know, testing, testing. Let's do this. And I have a stain on my shirt because I just ate. But hello, this is Jared MML. I'm not gonna try to take too much of anyone's time. I'm sure people have already heard about it as well. But I just felt like I had to make a video about it. Um, I just felt like I had to make it. So, if you're watching this, then you probably already know. I kind of want to wait it. I kind of wanted to wait a day because you've probably heard it. There's already a bunch of people who've more than covered this story already. So this is kind of for me as well. Though I do want to make a point at the end of this video. So, in light of what happened in the fighting game community recently, yeah, that's I just kind of want to make this just this live as if I was doing this on stream because I don't know, just me personally, it kind of just now forced me to act. I'm not a victim. I'm not anyone related to anything that's happening to or any allegations that have been happening, any accusations. Um, and so forth and whatnot. I'm more just right now. I'm just a nobody. I would be more the bystander or the observer of to the events that are currently taking place. However, I have met some people in the fighting game community that, and when I think about them, I just kind of want to think about stepping up, stepping up, stepping up. Period, because it's always been on my mind, and just thinking about the future, just thinking about the future generations of people who are going to be coming with me and after me. That yeah, with the changes that are taking place, I think it's not if not about time, then past time that the current generation or the newer generation should be standing up because uh, I've watched a bunch of people in the fighting game community and a bunch of people just in the video game community in general. I've watched some of these people. I watch a lot of other people, but I mainly follow my group that I like to watch and to think that the current things that are happening right now are happening and have happened and are being taken care of right now. It means that with people going away or with people rotating in and out, we need to now start thinking about, or at least everyone who is willing to be a content creator, willing to be a streamer, willing to do more. As these things are, as current events are happening with COVID and with the world being as it is, and with what's happening in the fighting game community right now, and what may happen to certain other communities in the future, just to think about going forward. Because I've recently, like I said, people know me just really quick. I have tried making content before, I have streamed before, and I recently started getting into it again. But I've always asked myself whether or not I should continue doing it, and not just because it could be a source of income, or not just because I just like playing games in general. Just just to make sure that there's something for the next generation. If you know what I mean. Um, and like I said, I'm just a relative nobody. I'm just speaking to nobody right now. But I do want to make it a point that I think if we want to do more good, as cliche it might sound for the world, then I think that the people who are willing to do good should start stepping up in their own way. And they not and I don't mean you need to do anything crazy like just start doing things now, start doing some extreme things. I gotta make a video, I gotta do this. Even just small things, just start small, or at least start doing it now. Because you by the time you get older, it's it's definitely going to be harder, as I am currently in my late 20s. So uh, and I really regret not doing things earlier. That way I can keep doing it now. But I'm kind of doing things now. But more for the when I think of my siblings and what they're gonna do when they grow up, and they might find job, they might find work, and I think they're capable of doing being better than me. So but I think about what they could be doing and what they might do. And I know that's a funny coming from me because people who know me personally, I don't really talk a lot. I don't really speak out a lot. But right now, I'm kind of just I'm just like as of normal when things happen. I normally just keep to myself. I think to myself, but I've never actually made a video about things. So doing it now, I think is a step forward for doing good things, and we need a lot of good things right now, considering what the world is. So, I mean, and it's not gonna happen. And I know personally, just because as a video game developer myself, things don't happen right away. And if you're not, not a prodigy or not talented like I am, if you don't have the fortune to run across good luck, or like I said, you don't happen to be naturally gifted, then you need to take the time to do things, because over time, maybe you'll finally hit it, but you won't be hitting it in one night. There are sayings all about you can't do things. Basically, the bottom line is you can't do things in right away, and that's true. Adding on to that, I would like to say the longer you do something, the more chances you have to succeed at it, which is why I think it's now important for people who are willing to do good in the world today that you start as early as you can. If you can, I know not everyone has is in a current circumstance to do so, but if you can, then I would suggest you do it, because if you're willing to do good, the only thing you can do is spread good, right? I mean, sorry if this is really not what I would usually do. Usually, I would not want to. While you don't want to dash anyone's good day, you also can't hide the truth. So, just thinking about it right now and what I could be doing, what I will do. Yeah, like I said, recent events have really, and it's not that I just decided it now or just decided to do it. It's more that things have been piling up, and like I said, with the world as it is, even just not at this current year with COVID or with anything that's happened, it's just things eventually pile up and they reach a point, and I think this is the point. I think I've reached that point. I'm not the type to really explode or anything. I might get angry, but and I might do something, but I can normally hold myself back. But at this point, I think, especially with how old I am now, and which is why I'm kind of want to send a message to the younger generation to anyone willing to do good, then to start doing good now, even as early as, even if you're still in high school and whatnot. Start working towards something now. Enjoy your life. You only have one life to live right now, so you do want to enjoy life, but to counter all the horrible, terrible things that are going out in the world, there needs to be some good done. So, you've heard from me before. If you don't know what is currently happening in the fighting game community, I mean, there are other people who've already covered it. As it relates to the fighting game community, like I said, I've met some people in the fighting game community. I used to be I bit my mouth, but I used to be part of my local scene when I was in high school. So and I had I was lucky enough to be surrounded by a community, by people who in my fighting game community, just my fighting game local community, that were willing to teach me things, which were willing to talk to me. Me of all people, socially inept, and I don't, like I said, I don't keep in contact with a lot of people now, if any at all, as some people know me, and I'm not afraid to share that. But they were good people, and a few of them are very good people who are doing big things in the fighting game community. I won't say who they are, and I don't think they need to be named, but. To them, to him and the hers and thems, who I have met, they've been doing great things, and I'm fortunate enough to have that scene. And for those who are less fortunate, that's why we need to step up now so that we can make their lives fortunate, because there's just been too many victims popping up, and there have been always been a lot of victims. You just never hear about them. So I don't know. And it's not one person can't do everything. So that's why if there is a message, it would just. But my short answer would just be to stand up now for the new generation and start doing things. So there's that. Because it's weird enough. And like I said, I'm always in this weird place in terms of my age in the fighting game community, where I'm not. I wouldn't call myself, part of the old generation, but I did used to visit arcades with my older brother and play in the arcade, play fighting games in the arcade against people, and they're not obviously. I have my own stories to tell, as would anyone who has anyone really. You don't even need to be related to fighting games. Just in any community, in any capacity, even someone as introverted as me has stories to tell. But like I said, I have met a lot of great people, and there are a few who are not so great, and that's that. So for the fighting game community, I mean, I've kind of fallen out now, but I'm still creating content for video games. I still want to do what I can for the people who watch me, and I'm very thankful for those who support me and those who have been supporting me. You know who you are, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else there is to say. Like I said, I'm not one I guess as an observer to current allegations, current accusations, current everything that's happened up to this point, and even people who have not been have, who could not come out yet. Then we just need more good in the world. We just need more good in the world. There's not nearly been enough, and I am not the greatest person myself in terms of what I could be doing. I'm very shy and introverted, really, even though you hear me through the videos and you would think something else. But no, I normally try to shy away. I don't go out much. Haven't really flown out or went cross country and whatnot. So that's my experience. I would much rather prefer staying at home, creating content from home, doing what I can from home, working from home. Of course, there's been times when I have had to go out to do things, and that's just a part of necessity. But as it relates to this current day and age, I think, yeah, like I said, just stand up and doing things that would be right. I don't even know how much of this I'm going to use. I'm probably just going to end up cutting a bunch, but that's that. I'm no good with words. My heart does go out to the victims of those who have had to suffer through these tough times and any tough events. Um, I just hope that more good can happen, and that's pretty much the best I can hope for. And I just had to get something. I just had to get it off my chest. I don't even know what it is for me, but I did feel I have to say something. So there's that. So yeah, I guess that'll just be the end here. I don't want to take too much of anyone's time, uh, but I'm here. I just wanted to get it off my chest. Um, and if there's anything to take away, then anyone who's ready to do good. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Anyone ready to do good should start doing good. Start stepping out. Don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Do it now. If it sounds like hard work, that's because it is hard work. And take this from someone who is at best average, but I consider myself below average. So I, there's a lot of better people than I am at doing good things. So why not do it? Why not do it right? So this should be the end. Jared and MML out.